Okay, let's continue and see a couple more examples. Say we have this list in AABB and 1.2, and the last one will be a sublist with the 3 and 4. And if we want to do the list with the index in 1, what are we going to get? We should get BB, right? And how about the negative 2? Remember how does the negative index work? So we have the negative 1, which is the last item, and negative 2, the second last item from the right side. So we are going to have 1.2. And then how about the next one? That is, we didn't specify, we are doing a slice, and we didn't specify where to start, we didn't specify where to end, and we only specify the step size to be a negative 1. And what is that? Well, when we are doing this, and we are going to get everything flipped or everything reversed. Okay, so this is a nice small trick that you can reverse a list quick and easy. Okay, and the next one, how about a slice starting from the 2 to the end? And we are going to do 0, 1, 2. So 1.2 is the index 2, and then we are going to take the index 2 and go all the way to the end, and we are going to keep the 1.2 and 3, 4 as a sublist. Okay, and oops, and the next thing, it's also quite kind of handy. That is, if you have a value and you want to get, if you want to get the index of that value in that list, we can do list.index 1.2. So I have the value 1.2. I don't know what's the index yet, and then I do list.index 1.2, and then I will have the 2 as the index. So let me try something cool. Say if I have this one, I'm just copy and put it here to make the code easier to read. And then if I want to print list int dot index, say I want to get 20. And what's the index for 20? That should be a 3, right? Am I gonna have 3? Okay, I have 3. Okay, let me do something crazy. How about 50? So I want to get the index of the value 50 from this index. However, I don't have 50. So what am I going to get? Ooh, ooh. I'm going to get an arrow saying 50 is not in the list. So what does this mean? So if you want to if you have a value and then you want to get the index of this value in a specific list, first you have to verify is that value, say 50, is really in the list or not. If you are trying to get the index, however, this value is not in the list, and then you are going to have an arrow. Okay? Well, the next thing we want to talk about how we can add items and remove items from and to a list. Okay, so if we want to have if you have a list and then you want to do a append, this append will only help you add one more item to the end. It will do nothing else but add one more item to the end. Can that add one white item in the middle? And the answer is no, you can't do that. Append only add value to the end. And here is another way. And remember we talked about string concatenation, right? And we can say we grab this original list and then we want to add another cat. But this cat will be a list of only one item cat, because we are doing the list concatenation, so we have to make sure that that is a list plus another list. Well, but this line doesn't work. We have to do the list concatenation and then put it back to the original list, so the original list is updated. Okay, so for both of them, we are adding the cat to the very end of the original list. We can do dot append, or we can do original list and plus a cat concatenated, and then remember you have to assign the concatenated list back to the original list. Okay, and then let's talk about deletion. For the deletion, there are different ways, and the first way is if you know what is the index you want to delete, and then you can do a del, and then you specify a which is the list name, and then you do a square bracket and you specify the index. So in this case, we are trying to delete the 2 from the list, and then I know that is on index 1, so I tell Python, okay, go and delete the index 1 from the list, and then eventually I will have only the first item and the second item is deleted, and then I have the third item. Okay, and another way, well, this is even cool, even better. If you want to delete a chunk from the middle or at the beginning or at the end, if you want to delete a chunk or a slice of the item from the list, you can actually use the same syntax. That is where to begin, where to end, and then the start point is included, and then the end point is excluded. Okay, so let's try this one. So 1, 5. So index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 1, 5. If you consider this 1, 5 as a slide, then that is index 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So B, C, D, E will be this slide. However, I'm deleting this slide. So what am I going to end up with? I end up with the slide deleted. So we are doing a slicing and then we are deleting that slide. So we are going to have A and F. Okay, and here's another way. And we can remove item by specifying the value. Wait, by the way, so if we go back on this slide, we talk about how we can do the deletion based on what? Based on indexes, right? So if we go back and then now we talk about how we can do the deletion based on the values, and say if we are doing the remove a list or any list object, and then we do a dot remove, we are removing the first item, the first occurrence of that value. Say if we are removing B and we know there are 2 B's, and then if you print, you will see the first B is deleted and then the next B is still here. Okay, so for the remove, we only remove the first occurrence of the matching value. Okay, so here is one more example. If we have a really complicated nested list, and then we try if a list 0, 1, 0, and we are going to print something, otherwise we print something else. So take a look on this code and tell me what is the expected output. Okay, so if we want to get a list 0, what is that? That is 4 true false 6 and 8, right? So that is a list 0. How about a list 0, 1? That is the second item from the list, so we have the list of true false. Okay, and how about a list 0, 1, and 0? That is the true, right? Okay, so if true, so we are going to have a true here, so we will go to the if branch and we are printing this. And what is that? That is a list 1 and 0. How about we figure out a list 1? A list with 1, that is here. Okay, this is sublist, and then you're going to do a 0. This is 888. So the correct answer is 888. Well, this is a tricky question, and usually when you are doing the nested loops, you don't want to do a super nested, nested loop, and this will make the syntax super hard. Okay, so after today's exercise, and you should go ahead and do the section 7a on the CS circle. And if you haven't started yet, you have to register for your account and specify me as the guru. And well, then I will be able to check your progress. And remember, all the CS circle questions are due at the very end of this semester. And if you need more help, talk to me. Okay, and I will have another video talking about the daily exercise for today, and see you in the next video.